Awesome, broadcasting live from the A-Loft in El Segundo, and there's some people here that want to say hi to you. No, not these people. These people. What's up? Yeah, come on, you can show a little more excitement. Come on. This is my first.
Try it again.
This is my first non-home office broadcast. Go 1, 2, 3. Hey! All right. Oh yeah, we are live. Sweet. All right.
Oh, there we go.
All right. So this is a meeting with the Master Special Daily Dose of Awesome. My name is Ferny Ceballos. I'm your host, and you'll probably get sick of watching me on these lives. But we're all lead generation, online marketing experts serving the home business and internet marketing niche, helping everybody pretty much make more money. That's it for the introductions. Generally speaking, this is Kate McShea, Traffic Master, one of our esteemed longtime clients, students, now turned Traffic Master. She's actually facilitating this workshop this weekend.
Yeah.
And he kind of just hangs around and drinks.
Some dude.
Yeah, nobody's special.
He drinks beer mostly. But no, this is Tim Erway, our mentor, the source of all this knowledge that's sprouted this entire industry. And we're here to kind of just shoot the shit a little bit for the next.
Ooh, you said a bad word.
Yeah, for the next 13 minutes. Is there sound? We're here to kind of shoot the shit a little bit. Yeah, we're shooting the shit. Oh. All right, sweet, we're live. What's up, everybody? So normally we have like fancy lower thirds and graphics, whatever, but we're traveling a little bit. Vince is supposed to be here soon, so hopefully Vince Reed comes in before this broadcast ends. But real quick, I wanted to make this about traffic.
Yeah. So
you probably won't say much.
Yeah. I'm glad I came up to the front of the room.
We put him on camera because he loves it so much.
So Kate.
Yeah.
New person watching this. They haven't generated their first lead. They're just kind of trying to absorb as much as they can. What is the first action they can take towards producing that first result?
What was that?
That was Vince. So,
okay. For me, I would say one of the biggest struggles that I had in the beginning when it came to traffic and generating leads was I was focusing in on too many different strategies. So for me personally, what I would recommend is pick one strategy and immerse yourself into it. And nothing beats taking action and executing because you'll never know what works. You'll never know what doesn't work unless you actually do it. But for me, if you want to get results and you want to get it quickly, paid methods is what I would highly, highly suggest you get started with.
Now, what do you mean by paid methods?
So utilizing Facebook pay-per-click advertising. Mm-hmm. So you actually have to invest in ads. Instead of, so there's a difference, right? So there's Facebook prospecting where you can personally do free strategies where you reach out to people. But free strategies, from what I learned, especially in the beginning, because that's how we actually started. So if I were to go back, I would start with paid strategies so I could get results faster. Free strategies, so shooting videos and just uploading them onto Facebook or uploading them onto YouTube. Those take time. And so when it comes to paid strategies, I'm talking about a strategy where you actually invest your money to pay for people to see your advertisements.
Okay, and what can they do right now? Like, first thing, specific actions, like specific steps. What can they do to start learning how to do this and start getting some results and maybe some money in their pocket?
So the first thing that I would recommend is invest in a course that teaches it. So I know you guys have 10-minute traffic, which is an absolutely great course on...
Oh, you went through it?
I did.
Oh,
yeah, I actually did. Yeah.
Weren't you teaching it too?
Who would have thought? Yeah, and I taught it too. So I always invest in courses because that helps cut the learning curve so much faster than just watching people's videos or training or tutorial videos. So the first thing I would recommend is investing in a course that covers the marketing strategy that you want to learn. 10-minute traffic is a really, really great one that these guys have at Elite Marketing Pro. So that's the first piece. Second piece for me, if they wanted to actually start taking action, is creating a fan page would be the next piece that they would need to have. You've got to have a fan page in order to have that happen. And then the next piece I would talk about, which is really critical, and it comes before placing an ad, it's actually knowing who you want to market to. And knowing, because I'm telling you right now, that alone will save you so much time. If you know what their pains and their struggles are and what they're really looking for, that makes writing ads, that makes doing everything else you do inside of marketing in your business so much easier. So those would be my first 2 steps that I would recommend. And then obviously the third step would then be placing your ads and physically doing the advertising.
All right.
Makes
Tim.
sense?
TJ. Tim.
She said.
Do you prefer Tim or TJ?
TJ.
TJ. So the world now knows he prefers TJ, so he gets really mad when you call him Tim. So what would you say is the most valuable skill set to acquire, aside from what Kate just talked about, to be successful at this game, internet marketing, online marketing, whatever you want to call it?
For me, it's very simple. The art of conversion. I wouldn't even consider driving traffic until I had a place to drive that traffic that was assured to convert the traffic that I was generating. So being able to convert traffic is really important. Every act online is an act of conversion. So every ad you place, there's a conversion variable in there. If you don't place an effective ad, you're not going to get clicks. You're not going to get people taking the desired action. Every email that you send, there's a conversion point in every email. There's multiple conversion points. You've got to get them to open. So the subject line is how you get them to open. Then you've got to convert them again to a click, to get them to click through to wherever you want them to click through. Your capture pages, your landing pages, everything is all about conversions. So I think it's one of the most important skill sets you can learn, specifically copywriting.
Mm-hmm.
So learning how to influence people with the written word, and also verbally and all that stuff too, via presentations. But it's the same thing. It's just various mediums for doing that. And in today's day and age, you talked about video. One of the most powerful ways to do that is with video, and I love being on video.
It's funny because he doesn't. This is actually a rare video appearance, but I think this is your first Daily Dose of Awesome appearance on video.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
We popped your cherry.
Good
All right.
I love live video.
Yeah.
So many things you can't
So,
cut out.
specifically, TJ, where can people start learning how to do the conversion? It sounds logical. It makes sense. Okay, I got to get people to convert, take the action I want them to take. I need to learn copywriting. So where do they start learning that process from?
So obviously we have courses on that subject. In fact, if you go through any of our courses, you're going to learn copywriting. You're going to get information about copywriting. So when it comes to building a list building machine, for example, we have a course called the Ultimate List Building System 2.0. I think it's one of our most undervalued.
It is such a
courses.
good course. I just went through it,
It
very
is,
recently.
and it's really effective at getting you up and running with your first landing page, capture page, and creating your first list building machine, and being able to monetize that and offset the cost of your ads. And that's really what it's all about, right? So I would recommend that. We also have a course called the Copywriters Guild that's more of a remedial, newbie-friendly copywriting course that takes you through the various aspects of learning how to write your first headlines and bullet points and all that good stuff. So both of those would be good resources for you. Another thing I'll say, just generally speaking, is become aware of what ads you're clicking on, what emails you're reading. And what I like to do is I actually like to create a swipe file. So I have email swipe files where I have a folder with subfolders for each person who I'm very impressed with their emails. People like Perry Marshall, Ben Settle, Andre Chaperon, who else? Anyway, a bunch of people where I save their emails, and I look at those emails for inspiration. And so same thing goes for sales pages. I use Evernote to capture sales pages that I like. So I basically click one button on my browser, and it copies the whole sales page and puts it into Evernote for me. And again, the reason I do that is I want to collect that as inspiration when I write copy myself. I like to use that process for writing copy, where I'll go and I'll look at similar offers to mine, and I'll run through them and kind of get an idea of what their thinking was behind that offer.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we got 4 minutes. I'd love to take a couple of questions if you guys, I know there's a little bit of a delay, but if you got any questions now, we got people here. Kate.
Yeah.
How did you get started? Like, how did you start producing your first result? Like, what did you do like what were your as briefly as you can, your progressions in your business, say that first year when you went from 0 to 6 figures?
Sure. So for me, I spent 12 months failing before I went from 0 to 6 figures, really. And like I said, I was trying everything in the book and trying everything for about 2 weeks and then moving on to something else. So the first thing that really helped was I got focused on one strategy. And that strategy for us was YouTube marketing. And the reason I picked YouTube marketing was for a couple of different reasons. Number one, it scared me to death. I was petrified of doing video, so I felt like I had to do it anyways. And then the second thing was that I knew that it was a good traffic strategy to start building my brand and getting more awareness and getting noticed. So that was huge for me. But the next thing I did that was really, really helpful, and it was really, really scary, was I invested in myself. Andrew and I invested in us and invested in our business. We actually started off with these guys at a workshop, and it was a traffic workshop because we knew we wanted more traffic, we needed more leads. And then what that turned into was investing in them as mentors. And for me, honestly, that alone was priceless. That's what helped us figure out what we needed to do in order to move forward. So when TJ talked about conversions and talked about sales funnels and all that kind of stuff, that's stuff that we learned from them. And then we just got very good at listening and then executing. And so for me, it was every single time we'd kind of hit a plateau in our business, we would reach back out to these guys and say, what should we do next? And that was the biggest thing for us, was our main focus in the beginning was traffic. Was we picked an offer that wasn't ours, that we didn't have to create, and we learned how to become masters at driving traffic to an offer that was proven to generate leads and close sales. So that was the biggest thing.
Awesome. And at one point, did you actually start taking over the conversion process?
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, when did you get good at copywriting? Because I remember your first emails. Which we're going to review.
Bad.
We're going to review these emails during the workshop.
Yeah. Get ready.
It'll make you feel very good about your emails when you see her.
So your first emails sucked.
Oh, yeah.
That's established. And so, how did you actually start getting good enough to start taking over the conversion process? Because now your ads, your blog posts are awesome, and they convert. They make you a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Like how did you learn copywriting?
So the interesting thing for me was, so I went through a couple of different courses. I went through Copywriters Guild, but the main way that I really learned how to learn copywriting is exactly what TJ said at the when he said, become aware of what other people are doing. And I literally opened Vitali's emails, who writes the emails for Elite Marketing Pro. I opened his emails every single day, and I studied his process. And I picked apart what he was doing, and I learned to think in marketing all the time. So anything that was happening in my life became a story that could be an email or a blog post or a video. And I figured out a way to relate my life to what my people needed inside of their business. And so for me, I literally took 12 months of where I stopped paying attention to the other 20 marketers out there that I was subscribed to, and I focused in on one specific strategy of learning how to become masterful in storytelling through the written word. And that was huge for me, and I got that recommendation after TJ beat me up a little bit because my emails were terrible.
And made you cry.
And made me cry. But that's important. To find that bottom of also becoming aware that I had no idea what I was doing. That I was trying to market when I didn't understand what the reason for an email really is. It's not just about pitching a product. The same thing with a blog post, the same thing with an ad. And so that's what I did. I literally just focused in on what are other people doing and how can I try and duplicate that in my own way that connects with my people.
Awesome.
Yep.
So Hillary says, yes, he makes people cry.
He does. But then he creates breakthroughs from that. So that's very important.
Yeah, we're not just...
We don't just leave you there.
We're not cool people. We're not cool people.
Well, I kind of am.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
So just so you guys know, I know we initially said Vince Reed was going to be here. He's on his way. He was under the weather, basically, up all night, not feeling well. And so make sure to reach out to Vince, show him some love, get well soon. He's still here's the man that he is. he's still going to be here. Like being up all night, having not slept, being sick. He says it feels a little better now, and that's enough for him to be here and keep his commitment here. So that's really awesome. So we thank Vince. He'll walk through that door any second now, but we obviously can't be live forever. Final thing, I just want to check to see if there's any questions. Model those who know what they're doing.
Yep.
Dagmar, great. That's great. So that's it for today. Our time is up. We have a great crowd. Thank you so much for being here. I want to do one last thing. There's a member of our community, Laura Harris, and it's her birthday today.
Ooh.
So I want us to sing happy birthday for Laura. Who wants to lead? All right, I guess I'll lead. All right. 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy
birthday
to you.
Happy birthday, dear Laura.
Happy birthday to you.
Mwah.
That's it. See you guys tomorrow. Take care.